Welcome back, and joining us now on the show is Sanjay Gupta. He is CEO at NCML. Sanjay, hi. Thank you so much for joining us on CNBC-TV18. And you know, the month of May, the way it is, the kind of temperatures that we are seeing is something that we haven't seen in a very, very long time. So climate clearly is erratic. How are you looking at the summer crop? I mean, India has three crops, Rabi, summer and then Kharif. And the way summer is coming up, I mean, we've seen numbers quite erratic there as well. How do you look at the numbers?
Let's talk about what's happening to the crop which was sown in the Rabi last year, which is wheat. Wheat is a significant crop. So this year, the wheat acreage had gone up and we were expecting a very high crop volumes. But then this year, again, an unprecedented event has happened. And this time, it's not the temperature. It is the unseasonal rain, which has continued till last week in some of the areas. So as a result, we are seeing that the wheat prices have gone up again in open markets much beyond the MSP levels. And as a result, the FCI is not able to meet its target of procurement. And we are seeing another phenomena being played out again. Last year, we saw this happening in cotton, where the farmers held on to their stocks. And as a result, the pressure for incoming crop didn't build up. As a result, the whole year, we could see the prices being maintained at a very high level. And probably the same scenario is being played out in wheat also this year. So we are expecting that wheat prices will continue to rule higher as of now. And we may also expect that government may try to control the same by continuing the ban on exports. But still, as of now, the prices are higher and the farmers are holding on to the stock. So this year, again, this has been a troubled market for the people who are taking positions or who are stockists. So this phenomena that of farmer holding on to the stocks continues.
Absolutely. So wheat is one of the concerns, as you mentioned. Cotton is another one. And I was talking to Citi yesterday, and they said they are also very concerned about cotton and sugar in the international markets as well. But for the Indian markets, what is your sense on what states you could be looking at higher concerns in?
See, there are two things now. First of all, we are coming out of a bad Rabi season because of the arrivals are very low and the prices are being very high. Another thing is that El Nino is on the horizon. So if you look at the past, as IMD has predicted normal rains for the coming Kharif season or the monsoon, as we said. But if you look at the historical data between 1870 to 2019, there have been 30 El Nino events in India. And out of these 30 El Nino events, 24 times we have had less rainfall than the normal. And only in 6 instances, we had rainfall which was higher than the normal. And the impacts vary. See, the worst El Nino we had was in 2015-16 when the rainfall was 14% lower than the normal. So it is still yet to be seen that how this El Nino will play out this year. But as of now, this freak weather we are seeing, if at all there is a delay in the onset of monsoon, so we may see a problem in areas where irrigation is a concern. So states like UP, states like Bihar, Orissa, Chhattisgarh, where irrigation is an issue and most of the farmers depend on monsoon rains to do their paddy sowing. So we may see an impact on the paddy acreages going forward. Some crop area may also be replaced if at all the rains are delayed inordinately. So this year again is going to be a very dicey year for the commodities, especially economically significant crops like paddy and cotton. And still we have to see, but we are keeping our fingers closed, hoping that this year will be a normal monsoon year. But if it doesn't, then it's going to, we see that high commodity prices will continue for some more time.
One more question, Sanjay. And so, you know, when you look at crop production and timing, that really seems to be changing with the kind of changing weather that we are dealing with, heat waves and so temperatures really not gaining right now, and then unseasonal rains, as you mentioned. How is the concern now going forward from here? What is more worrisome?
Two, three things are happening. See, first of all, it can also be seen as the markets are getting more efficient. If you see the price difference between the time when the crop comes in and if you see the average prices which prevail, this curve or this graph is flattening out. So this can also be a symbol that the markets are becoming more efficient and arbitrage opportunities in the markets are diminishing. But then this delay in wheat. So now I believe the wheat has been harvested. Most of the wheat has been harvested. And in some of the areas where irrigation is there, like say northern states of Haryana, Punjab, and northern Rajasthan, the sowings are happening. And this year we are seeing increased acreages of cotton as well as paddy. It will probably, the acreages will go up at the cost of millets like bajra and others, which may come down. But then the key states which are significant for crop production are UP, Bihar, Chhattisgarh are yet to play out because they're totally rain dependent, and even though the nursery sowings may happen in this month, but the transplanting will happen only when the onset of monsoon happens. So we'll have to see if at all there is a delay, then we may say a situation where the paddy transplantations are delayed, or the acreages may come down because the farmers may not want to take a risk and may want to replace it with something which is a short duration or which is much more hardier when in a drought situation. So we are at a cusp of a season, and it is looking very uncertain as of now.
All right, not a good news really, where we have looking at most of the agriculture prices actually rising in the international markets and the higher averages in any case created. And with the kind of weather that we are foreseeing, there could be concerns going forward as well. Sanjay, as always, thank you so much for joining us here on CNBC TV18. And that's all the time that we have on the show. Going for a short break. When we return, Business Lunch will take all the action forward.